Welcome back to the shop. I have this trailer. I bought it off of Iron Planet, or Ritchie Brothers. I guess they bought Iron Planet. It was a Vermeer trailer from the Sunbelt rental place. It had a... Sorry, the light's sort of blown out. It had a tongue jack on it that went bad. I took it off. And I bought a new one, but the new one I need to weld on an adapter on the other side. That sort of provides me with an opportunity to add a winch to this. More often than not, when I'm loading this thing, I just put lawnmowers on it, but occasionally something breaks down and I need to hoist things onto here. So having a hand crank boat style winch would be nice. And I've got some metal that I salvaged the other day that might be useful for it. So let me go get that and we'll see what we can do. This piece of steel that I salvaged out of a dumpster, it is right at 3.5 inches wide, 1 inch thick. The existing weldment, or whatever you call it, on this side is much larger than what this jack calls for. It didn't give me the dimension online, so I just sort of took a chance, but this is okay. Like I said, it's going to give me an opportunity to pick up on this and put the hand crank winch here in a minute. You'll see that shortly. What I need to do now is weld this on to here. I think I'm going to weld it right below this existing joint. I don't want to weaken that weld, because the nature of this trailer is that there's only one beam there, so I don't want to take away from any of that strength. So here's the jack. The pin just drops in there. I'm not going to focus on my welds. They should hold it. I trust them. For this kind of stuff, if it was something more though, I'd be a little leery. I don't think that the 7018s that I was welding with, I've got 6013s, I'm not sure those would be much better, are designed for welding uphill. Everything just seemed to fall right out of it, no matter what temperature I tried. But I think I did get a pretty good couple beads on there, and I ground them down and painted them, so that's going to add some extra strength. So my plan now is to bolt that piece of 1 inch plate steel to the old bracket and weld it along the back side there, and then I will have a relatively center line winch to be able to pull things up on the trailer. The trailer does pivot. It's a ramp, so it's not ideal. There's some weak spots to it, but even when I'm towing my regular lawnmower or tractor around, it'll be a good pull point to tie off to in the front. I have it clamped into place relatively perpendicular to the trailer, and I'm going to capitalize on the existing weldment that's there and go ahead and weld this onto the back, and then I'll weld the other side. Well, I think I forgot to record welding this on, but anyway, you didn't miss much. I skipped the bolting and on part because I welded the center point down there, so the bolt holes would have been a nightmare. While I had the welder fired up, I just tacked it on there, and I could cut those off if this thing ever goes bad. I'm pretty confident that that's going to be strong enough. Now's the hardest part. You go through and make these videos, and then demonstrating it is always the most rewarding part, but I'm tired of working on this thing, so I don't need to crank anything up on it, but let's bring this over to the truck, hook it up, and try it out. This has been on my list of things to do for years. I'm happy to have it done finally. And if everything goes well, I won't need it. But anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I hope you're having a good weekend.